Yeah, we've seen it happen a few times with just runners opting to go for LBLJ, messing up a few times and losing that advantage and
Yeah.
having to deal with
Me, Mario.
doing all the harder strats, for the rest of the run.
Yeah. I mean, it's not even just the LBLJ part too. Like even if you get that, you got a harder route ahead of you in the basement.
Yeah.
So it's definitely pretty sketchy. But yeah, I mean, here we are underway. Obviously, game one. Again, both of these runners, they really need this win if they want to advance. I think Sunnard can still advance even with a loss here, but GMan 100% needs the win, and
Yeah.
gonna be a tough match trying to upset Sunnard here. As we get started, I'm just gonna give a quick shout out to Urban Arts. The Urban Arts offers a multi-year college prep program to underprivileged students in New York, teaching them both the arts and technology of video game design to prepare them for college and careers in tech gaming. So anyone looking for any info, you can do !UA in the chat and you can read more about them.
Yeah, without them, we wouldn't be able to do these wonderful events, so big props.
Speaking of, both runners nailing Lakitu skip there, so good starts from both of them. Obviously, G-Man's a little behind at the beginning on account of running on VC and the English version, but
Yeah.
should make that up in load times throughout the run, and obviously text boxes will be a little faster, but so it'll be pretty close to the same at the end. Ooh, Sunnard unfortunately missing bomb flip. G-Man getting a pretty small bomb, but should be good to get it.
Yep, Sunnard opting just to go straight for the pole, which, that's what I'd do in a race, because you back that up and then you mess it up again. It's just a meltdown right on the first trick. Well, second trick in the game.
Yeah, I find that trick is, especially once you mess it up once, it's like, it becomes a lot harder, because like you're coming at it from a different camera angle and all that. You gotta make sure you get that set. You're coming at it from a different direction. It's definitely a different thing.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, and plus, like, you've already missed it once. It kind of gets in your head. So pretty good choice, I think. But it does lose quite a bit of time, that cutscene. So a nice lead here for G-Man heading into Womps. We'll see if either of the runners struggle at all with Cannonless, Owlless, anything like that.
We'll go for a full setup.
Yeah. Oh, and unfortunately, G-Man missing. So that especially with taking the time to do the full setup, quite a bit of time left there. As Sunnard missed his Owlless. All right, first race, a little bit of nerves, get the jitters out at the start. Sunnard second try Owlless, not too bad. And we'll see if G-Man's able to get this Cannonless this time. I didn't quite see what went wrong with that one, but
yeah, going for Cannonless again, it's scary, man. After you've missed it once, it's rough.
Yeah, it looks like a good ledge grab, so he executes everything else. Should be good. Like, looks good. Nicely done.
Go.
Yeah, so able to get it on the second try. Meanwhile, Texture from Sunnard struggling a little with getting the lineup. Oh, and also missing. So unfortunately, a slow. I think that still lost less time than G-Man's first one did because of the full setup, but it was pretty close because that was a pretty slow Texture. So we'll see. I mean, I'm curious if G-Man's gonna go for Owlless here at all. No, it looks like just going straight to the Womp King. Gonna wake the Owl at the end. Definitely gonna save some time there because you do lose a little time. It's definitely not as much on emulator VC versus console because you don't have to deal with the lag, but
yeah.
Not making them. Oh no, not missing Owlless is a big thing. Sunnard just, I mean,
just fell off.
Oh,
trying to back up the movement, and
I think Sunnard was cursed there 100%. There was no way that bridge was not going to fall out. If you get that height perfect on that, you can get up to the bridge without a ground pound, or you can get up to the bridge with a ground pound if you're lower. But if you're at that perfect height right in the middle, the ground pound puts you onto the bridge. But while you're still in the ground pound animation, the bridge starts falling, and there's just nothing you can do, and it's like, well, all right.
Yeah,
guess we'll just fall.
Yeah, so. Sunnard is having a proper Mario meltdown.
I mean, G-Man kind of having a little bit of I don't know what the best word to describe it was on that tower star as well, but getting up there, definitely having a little better time than Sunnard. But I mean, like we said, Sunnard has definitely got the got the better PB, has the ability to bring it back. So we'll see if G-Man's able to keep this lead. I mean, obviously, just having to take the owl up versus the entire tower star.
Yeah, it's.
I don't think either of them are going to be happy with this Swamp's exit. I mean, you know, having a 17 and a 16 and getting a
Oh yeah, 5'11".
5'11 or
yeah, that's not really that. That's not ideal.
Sunnard. Oh my goodness, I forgot Sunnard hadn't even got cannonless yet.
Yeah.
He still has the tower star to do.
Yeah, he I think he failed about 3 or 4 times trying to get the movement back to even attempt cannonless.
Yeah, exactly.
And then opted just to go for the Womp King instead. So that's why he's a bit behind.
I mean, it goes to show, right? You got a mid 16, and even you can have troubles with cannonless. So, game can be scary sometimes. Good looking tower though, very nice. So, Sunnard gonna be coming out sub 6 Womp. There you go. You know.
Yeah, already about a 40 something second lead, like for GMan.
Yeah,
that's
exactly. Quite the lead. But I mean, you know, it's 16 star. Like, it's a short category, but there's a lot of things that could go wrong. Obviously, you know, a death in Dark World is, if it's late, that there's the whole lead, right? Or, you know, you could struggle with MIPS, you could struggle with BLJs. So I mean, it's far from over, but definitely G-Men's to lose at this point. We'll see. I mean, you know, did go for the beginner wall kick strat and had it clean, and as well a good penguin return. Sunnard going for the penguin first.
Yeah, I'm personally not a fan of that because I mean, the wall kicks are at least the hardest star, you know.
To me, my extra strat is I go for the penguin first because if I'm gonna die, it's gonna be on wall kicks, and that way, especially in a race, you're not going to get the text box again because you get the text box again if you die. So that way, like, you kind of get the text box out of the way with the easier star, and then you go for the other star. So if you die, it's less of a problem. I mean, especially because as we can see, Sunnard's going for the pro strat. Unfortunately, it's an invis wall, but you know, at least doesn't take a death. You can really get trolled by that invis wall there. So, I mean, does make it through. No major mishaps. So that's pretty good. Yeah.
Yes, G-Man's just moving, struggling with a couple of these rollouts here, but
yeah, I mean, definitely not making shig, but you know, I believe should be on pace for normal cycle.
Yeah, he just wants to get through this really.
Oh yeah, just even gonna take a late cycle, just, you know, play it safe. Even if you don't know where your opponent is, you know, like the safer thing to do is just, you know, make
really
sure you're
play it safe. Yeah, not opting to not even bother diving there.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Dark World's a scary stage. It's very easy to take a death anywhere. I mean, making it through again, you know, late cycle, you're losing what, 8 seconds versus shig cycle for a late cycle?
Yeah,
it's really not that big a deal, you know, like in the grand scheme of things, as opposed to losing 30 plus seconds to a death. One of these things is obviously better. Ooh. Oh my goodness.
Jeez.
All right.
At least he recognized the mistake. Yeah. That's a lot of credit for managing to save that somehow.
Yeah, it was sketchy for a second, but you know, I was able to get through that. Interesting going for that side flip movement. But did definitely save some time over G-Man there. A little bit cleaner. Unfortunately, you know, not quite getting the shig, but not taking the death again. You know, you save a few seconds here or there. I think that's kind of what we're going to expect to see based on the PBs and based on the strats I've seen. Like, obviously, Sunnard going for the better Dark World, going for the better wall kicks will work. An unfortunate Womps to start it off to set him behind, but you know, if he's able to have that cleaner movement throughout the rest, then maybe that'll be enough to propel him back into the, or at least into the race, you know?
Yeah. I'd say
still going to be counting on G-Man to make some mistakes.
Yeah. But I'd say we may see a few different strats come out, you know, I don't know if he does side hop, for instance, you know, that's...
Yeah, that's a solid maybe. I mean, especially in a race though, like maybe you might not want to.
Yeah.
It would be some good time save, but we'll see.
Yeah, but I mean, Sunnard did type in the chat, so you know, if he's possibly watching, you know, you never know.
For sure.
He might decide to pull out the extra strats to just really try and bring back some more time.
Yeah. Well, we'll
It's
see
all
here.
risk and reward.
And obviously at this point, G-Man, nearly going in that hole, but yeah, it looks like Sunnard's going straight for the top of the pyramid. So you could be right. Could be side hop coming out here, which again, you know, a few seconds here, a few seconds there. Kind of the difference between the PVs. I mean, if you're confident with it, then yeah,
definitely quite a hard strat, I think, to get down comfortably. But
I mean, if you've got a mid 16, you're probably fairly confident with it, especially if you're doing LBLJ at all, because it's kind of a necessary strat there. So
yeah,
it'd be something that you've practiced at least for sure. Meanwhile, G-Man is still going to be an entire like side hop ahead plus a little bit, so still does have a commanding lead into HMC. See if any GTM slides come out. Plus champ.
Let's see Sunnard go for this side hop now.
Ooh, that looks good.
Yep.
Very
like
nice.
that.
Yeah, and very fast too. That was a very, very well done side hop. So quite a bit of time saved there.
Yeah, I believe around 3 to 4 seconds dependent. So very good chunk to take off of the difference.
Thought G-Man was going to jump off there for a second. I got scared, but fortunately not. Fortunately stays up there. As Sunnard, you know, takes out the bit of that frustration from Womps on Toad. We don't condone that here. Toad has done nothing wrong. He's just there to help you out and give you a star. And I mean, punching him is just unacceptable in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know. He kind of had it coming, if I'm honest, but you know, we'll disagree on this one.
So neither runner doing GTM slide. Sunnard going to be actually finishing up with Amazing Emergency Exit, while G-Man heads into MIPS.
Yeah, I mean, Sunnard, like I say, he's slightly pulling this back, and I mean, that's kind of an awkward spot, really, I think, to grab MIPS there.
Yeah, I mean, I think it kind of depends. Like, you know, at least you get MIPS, and then if you just like stop in front of the door and let the camera adjust, should be fine. Definitely didn't get the camera right behind him there, so not ideal. And I mean, a little bit of time that Sunnard could catch up. That was oh my god. I think G-Man had that, but just tried to rush it and just messed up. I think that position was pretty good.
And the lead is just shrinking so quickly. And there we go, Sunnard grabbing in such a nice position. But G-Man is through.
G-Man's still got the lead, but at this point it's basically nothing, right? One missed BLJ and you're in there. So Sunnard also camera a little bit to the side, but does get a nice clean first MIPS clip. So we'll see here. And faster second one too. So really, really well done there from Sunnard to kind of shrink that lead even further.
Yeah, I'd say I think it's only 10-second difference currently, you know, so it is very close now compared to the beginning of the race.
Yeah. Meanwhile, a reminder, we are in the emulator league, so both runners are going to be flexing all over the N64 Copium people in chat.
I'll be honest, I've never actually seen what this submarine looks like, so it's quite nice, you know.
Who stares at that? That's weird, dude.
I mean,
I run on 64, so I'm sitting here just like drooling at this lagless sub. The envy's just coming right out of me.
I mean, see, we could see a lead swap, you know, if G-Man can't hit this early cycle.
Yeah, it looks like good pace to do so far. Oh, not going for the triple jump, just doing the side flip. So definitely going to be a little tighter, but I think should still be able to make early cycle with movement.
You still can. It's just like I say, much tighter.
Oh, should be good. Yeah, very nice. Does get the ledge grab though, so we'll see if Sunnard's able to get it slightly better. And G-Man going for left side. Yeah, Sunnard just doesn't have to do the ledge grab. Skips that right over. So a little bit of time save. Doing jump dives on the left. A little bit sketchy, but you know what? Hey, he makes it through, makes it in, and I mean, we got ourselves a raise in the pipe here in Bowser 2.
Yeah, literally any tiny mistake now can just even it up. See if G-Man
Absolutely.
hits this throw. Good.
Very nice throw there from G-Man.
Yeah, like one missed set of BLJs really, and I'm pretty sure they'd be even. So
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, BLJs, you got bits coming up, triple jump wall kick. You got, even throws in bits. Very, very easy to make any mistakes in any of those, and the league could change. So really well done from Sunnard here to bring this back. I mean, obviously we saw I think the best way to describe that Womps was a catastrophe for Sunnard, but since Womps has been playing really well. So
yeah, very
clearly showed it was just a little bit of race one jitters at the start.
Yeah, it's a very
he's got a
difficult
16
thing
for a reason.
Yeah, it's very difficult when you make these big mistakes early on to kind of carry on. I mean, normally, when you're doing your own runs, you've reset by now.
No, for sure, yeah. Nicely done from G-Man. Did lose a little bit of time, but that was still pretty solid. And I mean, Sunnard, a few mishaps as well.
Very weird angle there.
Yeah, can definitely work, but yeah, I know. Oh, G-Man with the second. Oh no! Had it caught instantly for the second BLJ, but just dropped it there, got stuck up on something. So, and with that, Sunnard is catching up. I think G-Man's got this now. Yeah. Very nice. Still in the pipe earlier. 1620, 1621 fade out. So we'll see. Definitely saved some time there on BLJs as G-Man. Come on, Sunnard.
There we go.
Oh,
G-Man takes a tumble, and well, yeah, Sunnard takes the lead now.
Yeah, it was a 17 second lead into bits, but like taking that death, and all of a sudden, yeah, it's in the other direction now. All right, so for the first time since Bomb Clip, Sunnard has taken the lead. Oh,
God, them making this close.
Wow.
Yeah, synced up.
All right, and both of them missed the triple jump, doing the kicks up.
Oh my God.
It's like they're both watching each other, just going for max entertainment at this point. We have G-Man going for the kicks as Sunnard goes for and nails moving left, and G-Man unfortunately falls.
Yeah, I don't know if G-Man ever goes for the kicks.
Oh my God, that Goomba, dude! What was that? Yeah, I think G-Man might have just been like, play it safe, go for the kicks, but maybe always does, and unfortunately just messed those up. Took the fall as Sunnard nearly got Goomba, but does make it in the pipe. So 3 throws away from a game 1 comeback and victory here from Sunnard. The perfect first throw. And very nice second. One more throw.
There we go.
Very nicely done. So Sunnard is actually going to take game 1 with a huge comeback.
Really
like
surprising.
I said, 16 star. I am surprised. It was very close towards the end and very nice race, but unfortunately G-Man just couldn't pull out the bits. So Sunnard's going to get an 18-17, I believe. G-Man looking towards a high 18 here. If these throws can be finished off cleanly.
There we
Nicely
go.
done.
Oh.
Ooh, unfortunately missing that third one. So like we said earlier, Sunnard actually has already beaten Afa in this group, and both racers have lost to Zeus. So if Sunnard is able to win the next race and take the best of 3, Sunnard will be moving on to the next, or moving past the group stage. So this is a big match for Sunnard, and again, G-Man's hopes and dreams are resting on coming back here and then also taking out Afa as well. So it'll be an interesting best of 3 as we keep going, but really nice comeback there from Sunnard to take game 1.
Yeah, very well played, especially with just all the early mistakes. Like I said, it's difficult to keep playing after that. Like you'd feel so demotivated, but Pill pulled out everything after Womps left in the past.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. So that was game 1 in the bag. We'll see when we're able to get into game 2 here shortly, as soon as everyone's ready. What do you think? You think Sunnard's going to take game 2? We're going to push for game 3?
I mean, game 3 is always good for the content, you know, but hopefully Sunnard, I just want to see a nice run from Sunnard, you know.
I want to see nice runs from both of them. I mean, obviously, GMan definitely had a pretty good run into bits, and then just unfortunately the taking the death and then the fall. Looks like we're getting into it right now. So yeah, unfortunate ending there for GMan. But you know, I mean, like if GMan's able to pull out maybe a slightly cleaner run, but like pretty close to that, getting into bits and then just able to finish it off strong, we could see a game 3 for sure.
Yeah, I would say the only real mistake was the bits death. You know, there wasn't too much.
Yeah,
major
like there was
issues.
Small stuff,
just,
like, you know, missed a cannonless, you know, had a bit of jank getting up to the tower and up to the Womp King, but you know, like some of those early race jitters, but like we saw from Sunnard, also had those as well, so you know, able to move past those. So we'll see. I mean, and a cleaner MIPS would also be quite big. So let's see if G-Man's able to correct those mistakes and move on forward as we go into game 2. Sunnard looking good on Lakitu skip. And G-Man as well. Nicely done.
Yeah, I did actually forget how much time G-Man actually lost on MIPS. I think that was really the turning point in that last race.
It was definitely the place where Sunnard got quite a lot caught up, but it was still G-Man was in the lead, and then I mean, like, you know, even out of Fire Sea in the lead, and then did have cleaner BLJs, so really, you know, was able to get into bits with the lead and just unfortunately couldn't close it out. This time Sunnard nailing bomb clip and G-Man as well, so much cleaner start to the race, and we'll see. Obviously cannonless was a big point of contention for both racers, but definitely more so Sunnard. So the clean cannonless would be huge here for game 2.
Yeah, you know what I want to see? I want to see a sub 5 womps by either of these runners, and I'll be happy.
You know,
both ideally.
You know, if you guys want to pull out a double jump owless and maybe assault class, it'd be great.
Yeah, or even some people like to throw in the Mad Owl, you know, for the swaggy strats.
That's the one where you like long jump into the owl or whatever?
Yeah, and you keep all your momentum and you just like launch into the cage. Is Sunnard already making a mistake on the way to
and G-Man making a mistake as well. Sunnard does make the owless though, so even with that bonk, not a huge loss. And G-Man actually chose to come back up here, interestingly, as opposed to going for the wild blue backup. So maybe just said, you know what, I want to go straight for cannonless. I want to get this out of the way. And I mean, unfortunately, that is the second time we've seen G-Man get the ledge grab for sock folder and just mess up. Like, I think it was the ledge grab was, you know, slightly too far to the right, but thinking that he had it and not getting it, as Sunnard also misses cannonless. So yet again, the theme of this race has been missed cannonlesses.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I think the dream for a sub 5 womps might be dying slowly.
Yeah. Oh, G-Man, like, I'm not happy with this. Oh. I was worried about that location because it seemed very, very far up or I guess to the side of the plank. This should be good here, I think. I'm assuming he's able to grab. So I think this should be good. And Sunnard looks good as well. So nicely done. And with that, I mean, Sunnard has an entire owless ahead at this point. So definitely, I mean, again, neither of them going to be too happy with the start, but both of them are going to be, you know, happy they've got through cannons at least. So Sunnard definitely looking better moving on if we're able to close out this clean womps. Obviously, G-Man, once again making that same mistake. Did that on Tower Star last time where he just triple jumps too far to the right and too far up and clips through that little slope. It's not a huge time loss, but it's still a little annoying and, you know, kind of gets in your head. And as we know, we have Tower coming up, which is the hardest star in this stage. And I'm only being slightly ironic there.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes, to be fair, I've had a lot of problems with that recently.
No, like legitimately, I'm not even joking. It's an easy start, but there's so much that can go wrong, and like if something goes wrong, you're just like,
It's the worst start when you're playing well because you'll have nailed
yeah,
everything
exactly.
else.
You get past the hard stuff, and then you just struggle with what should be the easy stuff, but it's like it's really not as easy as you think. I mean, both of them, unfortunately, not getting the triple jump there, but you know, again, they lost a little bit of time there on for both of them, but not too much, so not too big a deal.
Yeah, and I don't think Sunnard was quick enough for that to be a sub 5 Womps, but it was very close.
Yeah, I mean, and it's kind of, I don't know, what's the word? Not shocking, but like, you know, you got a player with like a 16, mid 16, mid 17. You know they're capable of sub 5 Womps, so it's like, yeah. Obviously they're not going to be missing those cannonlesses that often.
Yeah, cannonless in races is just a different trick altogether for some reason. The nerves, you know how much is like depends on it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I know, like even with Waking the Owl, like you can get sub 5 Womps going for the baby strats. I guess would be a good way to describe it. Like, I mean, you have some players like Luan, for instance, who, you know, got a 17 with just very, very basic strats, just playing consistently and just, you know, overall having good movement to get that. So it's like, you know, you don't need any fancy strats to get those good times. Yeah, if you want to go for like a 4-3x Womps, then you need to pull out the Salt Glass and stuff, but, you know.
Yeah, to be fair, I could imagine Luan being very good in races, you know, with doing all those consistent things. Yeah, you just obviously are limited slightly with how fast you can go. You got a lower ceiling.
Yeah, exactly. And see, I'm the polar opposite of that type of playstyle. I do the swag strats and I fail all the time, and I throw runs nonstop, so I just can't get PBs. But you know,
that's what you gotta do. You know,
it's way more fun to do the swag strat.
It really is.
Exactly. All right, into Dark World here from Sunnard and GMan again. Missing the red. Oh, jeez, that was
very risky dive.
Yeah. You know what? Let's calm it down a little. I was gonna say, doing the dive and the jump dive, that's kind of a setup you usually go for box rollout, but I guess it works here.
See if GMan can get a better start to this stage.
Yeah, definitely had one last time. And Sunnard showing that even though he's not on Shig Cycle, oh my goodness, G-Man. Even though he's not on Shig Cycle, he can do the Shig movement. So, you know, pulling it out of Cycle later, no, not the end of the world. G-Man, holy crap, that was a sketchy jump off that box. Didn't quite get the turn he wanted, so
taking an
having to slow it down a little, but I think still on pace to get the same cycle that Sunnard did. Definitely going for the poverty movement as opposed to the faster movement. Oh my goodness, and gonna miss the cycle. So yeah, unfortunately, really weird angle there with that long jump, but doesn't take a death. You know, that's the important part. Again, at this point, like we saw last one, Sunnard going for, you know, better strats and having the cleaner movement overall. Definitely gonna need a mistake from Sunnard for G-Man to come back, but we did see Sunnard struggle quite a lot with BLJs, so there is room for that.
Yeah, but apart from that, though, last race, Sunnard, everything, you know, here on, really, he kind of nailed, you know, apart from BLJs, so.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm actually curious to see if Sunnard's going to go for side hop again. Like maybe that was just you know, pull it out because you know you're so far behind from that first mistake, or maybe just always go for it. You know, maybe in this case you're feeling the confidence from that first run that you are able to go for it as well. You know, like it's in best of 3, there's so many things going through your head about like what to do. Often, you know, it's kind of just going with comfort is the strat. I mean, as you can see, definitely going for side hop again.
Yeah,
I mean, with how fast he got it last round, I'm not surprised.
I say I'm a firm believer in whatever you do in runs, doing races, unless you're at like a stupidly high level, you know.
Whatever you do in runs, do in races. Okay, go for
Yeah.
Salt Plus twice, then reset. Got it.
Yep, exactly that. Gotta be done. But no, as soon as you start opting for strats you don't do as often just because they're a little bit safer, is when you start making mistakes you've never made before.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Here we go.
So yeah, I mean, obviously, like this, Sunnard has a nice lead here. GMan with a clean-looking Klepto. So definitely not playing poorly. But we'll see if Sunnard's able to nail this side hop again. Oh, actually taking a pause. And unfortunately not getting it there. So at this point...
What's he gonna do? One more go.
Oh my goodness, Sunnard!
Oh,
no. That was... I really don't know what Sunnard was doing with that long jump there. Like maybe trying to go over to the big bully and just use that as a backup. Just didn't make it. I couldn't say, you know. Obviously this looks better.
Go.
Yeah. One downside is to the side hop setup is like you have to have the speed, you have to be moving for it. There is also a fairly consistent way to get it when you're stopped, but you know, they're different strats. So obviously if Sunnard's more comfortable with the moving one, which is what you want to get better at, right? Because you want to get it first try without having to stop. So
yeah.
Unfortunately, you know, the standing one just wasn't there for him. So, but you know, he's still got a fairly, I mean, not nearly as large as it was, but still has a lead. But just a Toad Talk, right? Like, it's definitely a very, very. It was trying to do log full. Interesting. That is probably the least likely thing I've ever seen in a 16-star race, but you know. Especially from someone with a 16.
Really upset that didn't happen now.
Yeah, no, I really wish I had seen that. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was nice to see another clean side up. So, but you know, yeah, riding the log, that would be great. All right. Once again, HMC kind of I want to say straightforward, but also like Amazing Emergency Exit can definitely be very scary.
As he says, yeah.
You know what?
That is probably one of the first times I've ever seen somebody do the dive.
And not die?
Yeah, and not die, but there we go. He takes a tumble.
All right, and with that, GMan has taken the lead. I apologize. My apologies to Sunnard. I had to speak up, you know. Oh dear. I think that was a team effort. I definitely brought out the original mishap, and then you kind of brought about the death. And unfortunately, GMan gonna miss Mips. Oh, it does get him on there. I was worried he was a little far left. But
yeah, it was that was a little bit close. But you know, Sunnard's actually not that far behind, really.
Oh yeah, and especially like, I mean, if we see GMan struggle at all with Mips again, looks like he's got a good camera, and Sunnard actually really weird grab.
Yeah.
As I accidentally punched my mic. Hopefully that didn't make its way through.
I mean, you're trying to help Sunnard get this punch grab on Mips, you know. Oh, there we go.
and just like that, Sunnard's got the lead again. Once again, Mips just showing that Mips is on Team Sunnard, and Sunnard, okay, going for glitchy wall kick, doesn't quite get it, but at least does not lose Mips through the door. So we got ourselves a couple seconds apart here as we head into DDD. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like any of them are going for chip clip or front sub, you know. You hate to see it.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, you know. I mean, they don't have to worry about any of this lag anyway, so I mean, you might as well just go for everything, right?
Oh man, dude, I wish I could do front sub with no lag. That sounds like one of the most fun things ever.
Just look at that submarine, man. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's kind of weird that the submarine doesn't really
like... this on GMan.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that the submarine doesn't really like move. It's like very static. for something in water, you know? It's
Yeah, I mean, you know, Bowser's just, he's got really good engineers, I guess.
yeah.
And both racers on pace here for Zero Cycle. Once again, G-Man. Sunnard, that was not a long jump, but okay. I think they're both still on pace here.
Yeah,
it should be good.
Just make it.
G-Man.
Yeah.
Oh, G-Man didn't make it.
Oh.
That's huge, and Sunnard takes the lead, and that was very close too. Like, got the wall kick off, just didn't quite have the height to ledge grab. So Sunnard once again going for these jump dives. You know, a little bit, I don't know, strange. Not the most standard of strats, but you know, it does make it over. So
Yeah.
nicely done. I usually go for those jump dives if I mess up and I drop my long jumps. So
yeah, I'm the same.
that was my thought. The first run, the first race was that, oh, maybe Sunnard had messed up that, but going for it twice in a row, you know, potential that was the same mistake twice. But oh my goodness, G-Man with the miss. Yeah,
Couldn't have been any closer to that.
Proving that Bowser 2 bombs have the smallest hitboxes. These things are very scary. It's in my opinion the easiest Bowser fight, but also the easiest to mess up. Like,
Yeah.
it's so punishing to miss one, but like those bombs are very precise. But you know, being able to grab him very consistently, always in the same place, is quite nice.
Yeah, it's about like 15 seconds or something you lose for a
Yeah, and then like having to line up with the stupid platform. It's the worst. But yeah, into BLJs here. Obviously, we saw Sunnard struggle a little last time, so let's see if G-Man's able to catch up, or if Sunnard's able to nail them. And once again, Sunnard missing on the first attempt.
Oh,
Ooh,
I don't know.
that's a solid maybe, but it's definitely going to take some time. Does make it through, so nicely done. G-Man with the time save here.
And he's
does
through.
nails it on the first attempt. Like a few BLJs there. Meanwhile, into the second one.
But I'm struggling again. There
Looks
we
like he's
go.
got it. Oh, and a very nice right in the hole. G-Man. Oh, G-Man caught it, but drops it, unfortunately. And weird angle there.
Yeah. I don't know if G-Man kind of panicked a bit when he couldn't actually see Mario during those BLJs.
Yeah. And Sunnard once again.
Dropping at the same spot.
Yeah. Consistency, you know, that's what it's about in races.
Yeah.
Making the same mistake every race in a row. It's always good. As G-Man does get into bits. We'll see. I mean, obviously, Sunnard went for moving left last time. Had a really clean, but definitely very accident-prone strat. Looks amazing, though. Very well done. See if these Goombas cooperate.
It's a nice elevator, yeah. Right.
And a good Goomba placement. So Sunnard with a pretty solid bits. Once again, you know, struggling a little getting onto the elevator at the first part, but besides that, very, very nicely done. So Sunnard is 3 clean throws away from guaranteeing himself a spot in whatever stage is past the group stage. Like a bracket or something? I don't know.
Yeah, whatever it is. G-Man struggling to get up to this next elevator.
I'm assuming it's some sort of bracket. We'll call it the next stage. There we go. That way I can't be wrong. Sunnard nailing those throws. Will be moving on. Very, very nicely done, honestly. 2 clean wins. Or
2 wins.
Maybe not clean, but two wins. You know, it's a race, right? Like, obviously things are going to go wrong, and you got to just adapt to it. You got to keep going, and you know, obviously Sunnard was able to come out on top at both races. Definitely was beatable, and G-Man could have pulled out a better time, but I mean, you know, at the end of the day, it's whoever plays better on race day, and today that was Sunnard.
Yeah, exactly.
So, GG's. And again, you know, having beaten IFA already, Sunnard will be moving on, so that's a big congratulations there. 2-0. Bowser.
There we go.
Hey, let's go. Yeah, G-Man finishing just about a minute behind. believe it was similar on the last race as well.
I was about to say, not too far off that one either.
But,
yeah, I think both runners won't be too happy with themselves. You know, they did play well, but they both know they're capable of much more.
Well, and it's also going to be a bit scary going into the next round. I mean, obviously, GMan still has a matchup against AFA to see who can get third in the group, which kind of, a little bit of a consolation prize there. And then obviously we have, Sunnard's going to be moving on and going to be up against the first seed. And, the first seeds in this, we got some pretty scary people. We got Finney, we got GMan. So, yeah, definitely going to be scary moving on. But I mean, hopefully he's able to pull out some good races at least. So I think that's gonna be it for this. What have we got coming up? We got some SMO coming up in about 30 minutes, I believe. We got SMO any percent league. This will be Jambo versus Speed.
I think we're gonna have a little grudge match, a little exhibition match for the for this matchup. See game 3 still.
Apparently, yeah, we're gonna see game 3. So hopefully GMan's able to pull something back. Would be nice to see. Go out on a win.
Yeah, even if it's not a win, just maybe like a low mid 18.
Yeah,
I think that'd be a very respectable run for his PB.
Yeah,
same
just
with
pull
Sunnard,
something back, get your confidence back. I mean, again, gonna go up against AFA later on, so definitely want to be able to pull out the win there and prove that you're at least take third in the group.
Yeah.
But Sunnard with 2 convincing wins here, and I mean, obviously already took out AFA 2-0 as well, so proving very, very clearly that he belongs in second place in the group. So very well done. But yeah, into the third race here. Again, just for what's a good word to describe it? Ego.
Yeah.
just to show who's who. In the meanwhile, while we get started about this, bring up Urban Arts again, hey? So, chat, in case you're unaware, this tournament and the missed Lackadoo skips are brought to you by Urban Arts. So, Urban Arts, they provide a college prep program to underprivileged students in New York, teaching them about the arts and technology of video game design to prepare them for college. And I believe I read somewhere that, let me just make sure about this. Yes, 100% of the students who have gone through the Urban Arts program have graduated and been accepted into college. So very, very good work they're doing with underprivileged students. And they've been able to help them apply for merit-based scholarships as well. So doing some really good work. You can throw out an !UA in the chat if you would like to read more about them. But yeah, I mean, some nice bomb clips there at least. We got ourselves another pretty good sync here, both missing the Lackadoo skip, both getting the bomb clip. Hopefully both not missing cannonless.
Yeah,
I mean,
can we get sub 5 womps? That's all I want.
I don't even care about sub 5 womps. I just want one person to not miss cannonless at one point during this race. So far, we've had 2 races, and both times they've missed cannonless. Can we get it at least once?
Ooh, anticipation.
Sunnard.
Oh, wait, that looked fine.
This time. Oh no, G-Man, the Sunnard does it. Go. All right, you know what? Sunnard taking the W, getting the only successful cannonless.
I'm gonna say, I think in the other races he actually did Mowless first.
Yeah, he did.
So it's
could have just been at this point, just saying, okay, look, I've been struggling with cannonless. Let me just get that out of the way first. But
yeah. I mean, if he doesn't go for Owless, though, we'll show that you can still get a good time without doing it. too many
Yeah.
people, they think you need to do Atlas.
It
and they've
barely
got like
saves
a
any time.
Yeah, they've got a 22-minute PB and they're sweating runs, losing it to Atlas.
Yeah. Well, it is going to go for Alice here. Looks good.
Oh,
I lied. It did not look good at all. It wasn't even close. I was just hopeful. That looks good.
there we go.
All right. You know what? Yeah, literally one missed Alice and you've lost time. So it's like, it saves a little bit of time, but it mostly saves time on N64 because again, like the tower causes some lag. But if you're on emulator or if you're at like a lower level, Alice is just so unnecessary.
Yep, just play around with it, try and...
It's fun though. Like honestly,
yeah.
if you do Alice because you enjoy it and you have fun with it, hell, no problem with that. I'm all about that.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's not necessarily about getting the best time. It's about having the most fun. So
True.
although for a lot of people, you have the most fun by getting the best time.
Yeah, that is definitely true as well. Yeah, I think a big thing for people is to don't force yourself to do these harder strats, for the little bit of time save, but at the same time it's worth learning them, the basics, the foundations for when you actually need to implement them in the future.
Movement saves, or trick saves seconds, movement saves minutes. Practice your dang throws. Words of wisdom for speedrunning SM64.
Oh, Sunnard just walking off.
I mean, the sub 5 womps was on the table, and Sunnard just had to say, no, you know what? I don't need that. I'm gonna just, give GMan the lead.
Yeah.
Obviously, being able to get through cannonless first try, had to struggle with the tower. It's the way Womps works. The stage is brutal and will never let anyone get out cleanly.
Oh, we do actually have a much closer race though. No one with like a commanding lead at the moment, so...
Yeah, that's always good to see. Just a few seconds difference touching the CCM door. Obviously, I believe Sunnard... Oh yeah, Sunnard's definitely not on VC because playing on Japanese. So Sunnard will be losing a little bit of time throughout the run, just again to text boxes and to load times. Not a significant amount over the course of the run. It's, a couple seconds. But
yeah.
It definitely, it can make a difference if you're both playing pretty close, but obviously the big difference it comes with the lag and stuff, and that's why the N64 is like in a league of its own. But
yeah.
But nicely done from both of them there. GMan once again finishing wall kicks first as Sunnard goes for the penguin first.
Yep, and Sunnard possibly making some time back if he can nail this pro wall kicks.
Like, I like how he got the
grinding.
He got the wall kick all 3 times, but the one time just hit the invis wall, and that invis wall can be so terrible. Like you can hit that invis wall and just like bonk and just fall off of all the platforms subsequently and just fall to your death, and you're just like, well, now what do I do? Like,
yeah,
just ruins your day. But I mean, we got ourselves a good sync here going into Dark World.
Yeah, it
Hopefully...
shows the time difference, after doing advanced wall kicks, how much it actually saves.
Yeah, it definitely does save some time. So we've not seen any Dark World deaths, and now that I've said that, we're gonna see a Dark World death.
Both ways mentioned.
You know what? Like at the very least, they've given us some good entertainment. I mean, like there's been some sync with the mistakes, and it's been pretty fun. Good race so far.
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe it was a 2-0 from like looking at how close the races are. Like obviously the races were very close, and the 2-0 was not exactly indicative of how well or how close the races were. Oh my goodness, GMan with the save. Let's go, dude.
Oh,
dude, that was sick.
I really don't like him walking off the edge there.
I just, you know what?
I get that he's trying to be safe, but it seems to be causing more problems than anything.
Oh my goodness. You know what? GMan's making it out. Let's not dive over the pipe into the pipe or over the edge. All right, you know what? 6 Dark Worlds, 0 deaths. Let's go, dude. That was indeed something. But, you know, making out of Dark World cleanly. Both GMan and Sunnard taking some time to type in the chat, you know, showing that just having some fun, you know.
Yeah.
Hopefully GMan's able to pull this back and maybe Sunnard will have some trouble with side hop again. We'll see. I mean, both races, like, GMan really struggled with the MIPS, and that kind of gave Sunnard the lead or the comeback. So we'll see how this basement goes. For the most part, the basement stars have gone pretty well for GMan, and I mean, Sunnard had them really cleanly in the first race, and then a few mishaps in the second one, but going for the harder stretch, it's going to happen from time to time.
So Sunnard get a bit confused where he was going. Looked like he was going to go straight to LLL first, but opted not to.
Yeah, I did actually see that in a race the other day. It was, I can't remember who it was, but she went for LOL first, and it was like, yeah, I mean, you're not losing that much time, to be honest, in castle movement there. So it's like, you know, whatever. Obviously, if you're going for like world record, you need that 0.2 seconds, but
yeah,
for the casuals amongst us, or, you know, people with a 17, 18, it doesn't really matter, you know. Routes aren't that big a deal. True Giga Chad strat is doing HMC 100 in a 16-star race.
Yeah, I mean, it's an option. Probably not a good option, but it's an option.
I don't think anyone's ever argued that doing HMC 100 is a good option, but, you know.
I'm a fan of the Womps 100, you know.
I do like that strat, the Cano. Yeah. Oh, nicely done. Sunnard showing, you know what, that last race, that was an anomaly as GMan jumps clean over that red coin.
Yep. Okay, at least he noticed. I thought for a second he wasn't sure. That's surprisingly not much of an issue considering he missed that. Normally it could be a right mess.
That was the right play. It was just to keep going, get those ones and get it on the way back as opposed to turning around. So, because those, if you turn around to get that, then those puzzle pieces that are out of sync and you can fall right in those holes and it can be really, really annoying. So nice recovery there. And again, we got ourselves a close race going into HMC. Amazing emergency exit. So how about that star? I'm just not going to say anything.
Because they're not doing it yet. That's why.
Yeah. I mean, like we've seen, you know, GMan, Sunnard like taking different star order for sure.
Yeah, whenever there's a chance.
Yeah, I mean, in Womps, obviously, you can't exactly do Owl Star first, so I understand that one. But in CCM and HMC, you know, and obviously in the other two stages, one of them always did 1 star, so can't really say anything. Sunnard looking good on Amazing Emergency Exit this time, and GMan, I don't think we've seen any I don't think we've seen any boulders. He says as the boulder starts rolling towards him. All right.
Yes, I
was going to comment on the exceptionally good boulder RNG, but you know,
Sunnard grabbing MIPS a bit early again. Well, I think that's what GMan did the other day of the race, so it's a bit awkward.
Yeah.
It's just getting. Yeah, I just don't like it.
Going for the punch in the door frame too, but not quite getting it. We saw that last time as well from Sunnard. Not even going to go for the wall kick this time. Nice, very clean MIPS grab, MIPS catch, MIPS clip. That's the word I'm looking for. You know, third tries the charm. And once again, GMan struggling, pushing himself right through the door.
Yeah, Sunnard currently running away now with this.
Oh my goodness.
What?
I am surprised by what just happened there.
Yeah, I've never seen that happen before.
Yeah.
Just weird.
It was a bit interesting, but GMan does make it through. Obviously, Sunnard is going to be about maybe 30 seconds ahead at this point, something like that, maybe a little less. So, trying to think of how long this stage takes, but on N64.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a bit hard to compare.
Yeah.
Even though GMan's gameplay does, for some reason, it does look a little bit laggy for some reason, but I don't know if that's just the recording.
Yeah, not too sure.
Sunnard did go for cold bridge,
missing early cycle. So.
There we go.
And GMan jumping clean over the back fin, so both making a few mistakes here and there.
If GMan can get early cycle, you know, make up a little bit of time.
It would be big. I mean, we saw like the first race, it was very close, and the second race was very close in the other direction. So, Sunnard showing just a little bit faster ending movement there if you miss the cycle. Really nicely done. And GMan.
Oh, that for some reason didn't think he was going to actually make it on there for a minute.
I'm actually really, what's the word? Confused. The movement by GMan is a little strange. You know, not even attempting the triple jump, just going for the side flip wall kick. Should be good though.
Yes, I'd say you can. Obviously, you can hit it with just doing the side flips.
Left side though.
Yeah, so he might just have. Oh, he's okay. He's okay.
He got enough coins on the coin line that he doesn't have to worry about it. But holy crap, that was a bit sketchy.
Yeah, but he might not be able to do that triple jump, you know. He might really struggle with it, so just always opts for the side flip, you know. Makes it a little bit harder for himself, but if that's what he has to do to actually hit early cycle, then I guess that's what you're going to do.
Yeah, for sure. All right. GMan's able to nail the throw. That's
okay,
good. Nice.
Good.
Yeah. And it's BLJ time. You know what? We haven't seen any wet dry worlds. Wink, wink, Sunnard. Hello. You want to do me a favor?
For the content. He's in.
that was very nice. I was hoping for it from Sunnard, not GMan, but you know, whatever.
Uh-oh.
We'll take one, right? Okay. Hey, Sunnard didn't fall that time. Let's go, dude.
GMan missing his first attempt. His second time, instantly straight into the clock.
And I mean, honestly, Sunnard, the moving lefts have been very, very clean. So very nicely done. I love when you get in those bonk animations where you just keep falling off ledges and bonking onto the next ledge. Oh my goodness! Dude, the little bit of troll in the chat, and just like that, GMan's up there, and we are tied into bits, and we got ourselves a raise. Sunnard looking to go 4 for 4 on moving lefts. We know what this was about. You did that on purpose just to show off.
Really trying to pad the stats, you know.
Exactly.
And yeah, we'll see how the movement makes a difference here.
Oh my, yeah, that was a very, very clean start there from Sunnard. And yeah,
there we go. Just a rollout. Obviously, Sunnard going for left side again. Nails it. It's GMan taking the blocks. Oh, and a little dive at the end.
Pause buffering that B press. I get that. I can't mash those. I don't get it. But Sunnard showing, you know, I had 1 clean bits, yes, but what about 2 clean bits in a row? So just taking a jump off the edge at the end, you know, just for posterity. GMan,
oh no,
really getting trolled by these elevators. And let's see if he's okay.
Oh,
okay. We're good. Don't worry. As Sunnard misses a throw, I think he nailed the first one though. So GMan in the pipe. Sunnard does get that next throw. Okay, yeah, I was right.
Yeah, I was going to say for a second. There we go.
Does nail it. Sunnard will take the 3-0. G-Man a lot closer in game 3, though. If he's able to nail these throws, which
That's
there's
fine,
2. Yeah. Well, almost identical time from the last race. Had an 18:22 last time, 18:18 this time. G-Man with a much better performance, though.
Yeah, I was going to say
definitely making it close.
Yeah, that's what we kind of wanted from the beginning. G-Man getting a 18:30. That's a minute off his PB. He'd be much happier than being 2 minutes off your PB. So
absolutely. Well, again, congratulations to Sunnard taking the W. Going to be moving on past the group stage. G-Man will be playing IFA at some point in the near future. I'm not too sure exactly when that's going to happen, but we'll be playing for the 3rd place in Group C. We already had Zeus move on with a 3-0 victory, showing that he's definitely the king of this group. But yeah, I mean, looking forward, exciting. We just have one group to finish. Actually, that's not true. We also have Group A needs to finish off, but we got the 1st place already settled there. But Group D as well. We need to figure out who's moving forward from that group. It could go either way. So got some exciting matches still here in the Emulator 16-star Open. Yeah. And also got some SMO coming up in about 10 minutes or so, a little less maybe. So I guess any final words from yourself, Menace?
Apart from GG's to both the runners for having a good set of matches to watch, no, that's me sorted. And thanks for doing the commentary with me. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, thanks. And I mean, again, you were kind of last minute here, so
yeah,
thank you for not making me do this alone. So everyone, make sure to go follow the racers. I think it was !Racers